What's up, guys? My name is Jared Cox. I'm a little bummed because I just recorded this video and then realized that my mic was muted. So we're probably going to run through this one pretty quickly. This is our week 3 match in this draft league I got in through Reddit. Just a bunch of amateur Pokemon battlers in a pretty laid-back, competitive draft format league sort of thing. We're facing off against a guy named SandyMarowak today. He's got a very scary team. He's got threats like Alola Ninetales, Weavile, which is just a monster, Tyrantrum, 2 Dragon Dances, and he pretty much just runs through my team, and a number of other threats. But I won't go through all that because, like I said, I just spent like 30 minutes recording this video and my mic was muted the entire time. So we're just gonna run through it. Very quickly, I've got a Victini, Tapu Fini, Nidoking, Uxie, Abomasnow, and Greninja this week. Choice Scarf on Victini and Greninja, both just all-out threats. Tapu Fini, we have a defensive Calm Mind Tapu Fini with Defog for Hazard Support. Sheer Force Life Orb Nidoking, just designed to get in and just have the right move to use in every situation. The reason I specifically ran max speed on Nidoking is because it does outspeed a fully speed invested Tyrantrum before Dragon Dance, so it lets us get a really powerful Earth Power off before Tyrantrum takes off. Uxie is there for the Trick Room support, so I can get my Mega Abomasnow in under the right situation and just kind of clean up with Frost Breath or Giga Drain. In particular, we are running Frost Breath instead of Blizzard because of the threat of Alola Ninetales and Aurora Veil. Frost Breath is always a crit, so the Aurora Veil is not going to matter. It's not going to protect them against the Frost Breath crit. And finally, Greninja, just a pretty generic set. Ice Beam, Scald, U-Turn, Hidden Power Fire for the Scizor. So I have the replay here. I just need to shift this over a bit. And we'll jump right into the match. You can see, so I did prep a lot for Tyrantrum, but he didn't bring it. I prepped a lot for Alola Ninetales, and he didn't bring it. I even ran Brick Break on Victini, just in case he did try to get the Veil up. Brick Break will break through those screens and take it away. Also, just a quick note, this match is from his perspective. I wasn't able to save the replay because I was gone all weekend. Usually I do a live recording, but I was out of town all weekend. I was able to play my match Saturday morning, but I wasn't able to record it, so it's sort of a post-mortem. So we get into it. He leads with his Manectric. I lead with Uxie. He just goes for a Volt Switch. Not a shocker there. As we go for the Stealth Rock, I U-turn. No, I don't. I switch straight into Tapu Fini and set up the Misty Surge as he goes for the Dark Pulse. We eat that. I'm thinking he's not going to stay in against the Tapu Fini, so I go for the Calm Mind. But he actually is running Z Poison with Belch. So he gets the acid down for a Tapu Fini and just wipes him out. I switch into Greninja and go for the Ice Beam on Rosalina. Or as he switches into his Florges, rather. It takes some okay damage, but we don't want to stay in against that. We switch into Nidoking as he sets up the Wish. I made a very predictable play in Sludge Wave. I should have went for the Flamethrower knowing he wasn't going to stay in, but what can you do? So he switches in immune to the Sludge Wave and then switches back out into Seismitoad on the Flamethrower. Really good play. He's just sort of one step ahead of me every time. But I do switch into Uxie on the Earthquake. I make that prediction right. At this point, I just go for a knockoff, get rid of this thing's leftovers to cut down on its bulk, because he does land a Toxic. And next, he switches out into Scizor as I go for the U-turn, I think. Yeah, I U-turn and go into my Victini. He switches back into a Seismitoad as I go for V-Create. A U-turn may have been a better play, knowing he wouldn't stay in, but, you know, hindsight's 2020. So we switch into our Abomasnow as he goes for the Stealth Rock. And I forget to Mega Evolve on this first turn as he lands a Toxic. I'm thinking he's going to switch back out into a Scizor, but he doesn't. I do Mega Evolve this time and go for the Ice Shard. But unfortunately it doesn't kill, so he takes some extra damage to the Earthquake, and Seismitoad does go down to Hail. So he brings out his Hydreigon next. I switch out because Ice Shard can't kill a Hydreigo from this range, and we do not want to take a Draco. So I switch into Uxie, who can take the hit. He does miss the Draco, actually, so we could have put some work in if we had stayed in with the Abomasnow and just got greedy with it. He does go for Draco again. He lands it as I go for the Trick Room. At this point, I'm just waiting for Yuxi to die, but I go for the U-turn in case he switches, and he does. So we get Yuxi out of there and bring a Bomb Stone back in. The rocks bring us back down to 42%, and I think the Toxic is going to take us down some more. And at this point, I should have known that I knew Bullet Punch was going to kill me. So the only thing I could do is Ice Shard for chip damage. As he gets a crit that definitely did not matter. I bring Yuxi back in, and he just dies to rocks. Yuxi was useless at that point anyway because we couldn't get hazards off the field. So I bring him a Nidoking as he goes for the U-turn, and I Ice Beam the Manectric on entry, and then the Hail takes it out. So we get a pretty nice kill there. He brings out Weavile. At this point, Nidoking dies to Weavile pretty easily. And he goes for the Ice Shard and takes it out. Just a quick note, Ice Shard does up to like a Choice Banded Ice Shard does up to like 85% to an uninvested Nidoking. So there wasn't much that my Nidoking could do there. I suppose I could have switched into Greninja to take the Ice Shard and predicted that, and then maybe try to go for a I don't know, Hidden Power Fire, or just scald the incoming threat or something, but hindsight's 20/20 again. So he brings in his Hydreigon as I go for the U-turn. We get some good damage on Hydreigon. So I switch into Victini. We take our damage from the rocks, which is unfortunate. He switches back into Sizzler as I U-turn. I'm not sure if U-turn was the best play there, but it's the one I ended up going for in the moment. He goes for Bullet Punch as I go for the Hidden Power Fire. We do take out Sizzler, but since we are Scarfed, I'm locked into Hidden Power Fire, and I make a misplay here and just go for it again, and we take some solid damage from the Moonblast. Overall, that was just not the right play. I should have switched straight into Victini, but you can't do much about it. So he goes for a Wish Protect here as we go for a V-Create. You'll see we do go for a V-Create again and bring him down pretty low, but it's not quite enough. And at this point, I think he'll so you'll see he switches into Hydreigon, who dies to another V-Create. At this point, we're -2 speed, even from a Choice Scarf, we're like around 200 speed now, which is not great. So he goes for the Ice Shard. It was a damage roll, I think, to kill Victini, but it was a damage roll very heavily in his favor. And then our last mon is Greninja, and with him locked into Ice Shard, he just goes for the Ice Shard again, and he takes out Greninja. So that's going to be it. We're 2-1 now. I'm a little bummed about how I played, but overall, like, I'm satisfied with all the prep that I did. What really did me in was just losing my Tapu Fini so early on. I should have did more prep, more research into Hydreigon. I should have known that Hydreigon could get access to Z-Poison. But maybe we'll face off again in the playoffs. I don't know that for next time. I'm sorry that I rushed through this video so fast. Like I said, I spent a good half hour recording this earlier, like going more in depth with the team builder and taking each turn sort of play by play. But I was really disappointed when I realized that my mic was muted the whole time. And well, there's that. Let's just remind me later. How about that? So at least you get to see that this time. But that's gonna be it for this video. Just a quick one. Again, I apologize for the rush. But next week, everything should be back on track. Should be able to get a team builder up on Sunday and a live recording for you guys on Monday. So until then, have a good week, guys, and thanks for watching.